we have here with us Bella Freud, Laura Bailey, and Martina Amati. And just to start, I would like to know how this project came and what make you do it together.
Well, Martina Amati is my next door neighbor, and I watched the films that she's been making over the past few years, and I just thought I would love to work with her. And I've made some fashion films in the past, and some with John Malkovich, which we've shown here. And I was talking to her about another idea to do with children, really, and children suffering and the feeling of whether you can do something or not. And certainly in England, there's a lot of, oh, I can't do anything, so I won't even try. And we talked a bit about this idea, and then I talked to Laura, who we've worked together. She's been in some of my earlier films, and so we came together to sort of collaborate on this project and see how we could, what we could do, and it started like that. And then Martina.
So yes, basically we decided to talk about this theme in a light and positive way, and to do something enjoyable to watch. So brainstorming two ideas, we came across a Brigitte Bardot song recorded in the 70s in black and white, and we thought it would be amazing just to write a very light song about somebody listening to a child who has experienced abuse, and just make it as a sort of 70s stylish song, and that's how we approach it. And we did another film together with Bella that was more about setting the world of fashion. And even given that on top of other many things that Bella is, she's also a fashion designer. What was interesting for me about this project and about the collaboration with Bella is that the clothes are never the priority. So even when last year we made a film about fashion, presenting a new collection by Bella, the clothes were not the priority, and with this film we wanted to go completely away, but by working with a fashion icon and in a sort of unrelated context.
My job was really, other than suddenly finding myself old enough to be kind of playing Laura's mother, to really support. One of the many amazing things about Bella is her gift of collaboration and bringing people together, and it was kind of that strange moment in time for all of us that we had this kind of a lot of conversation, a lot of frantic scheming, and ending up with this one magical day where we are massively indebted to an amazing team that we had on the day, really taking a chance on quite an experimental project. And for me personally, there's a real joy in the evolution of going from meeting Bella when I first started modeling and working in her films to exploring life on the other side of the camera. So it's a real thrill to see it on the big screen, and all the memories and the along the way, suddenly to be able to tell the story.
And how long it took from the idea that you had together to make it really? It was fast. Took time.
It might not feel fast now, but actually, It was quite fast, 'cause we're pretty speedy.
God, about maybe 2 or 3. It was quite slow afterwards, but from I think in June we started talking about it, sort of late June, and then we shot it in the beginning of September, and then we took ages afterwards, fiddling around.
Yeah, but also because we really wanted to work with Lara Stone, because there is a clear resemblance with Brigitte Bardot, and we really wanted to work with Seamus McGavie for the photography, so we needed to wait. We needed to work around everybody's agenda to find a date. So I guess in total, we start talking, we have 2-3 meetings talking between us, and then one day the idea came up, and then it was 1 week to decide, who was, the cast and crew, and then it was just waiting for the day of shooting to prep.
And that is something that you will pursue it in a way that you have, these kind of ideas and things like that, because Bella is, like you say, a fashion designer, and he has his own collection and everything. But this collaboration permanently with other forms of expression and everything, that's I think something that really very rich, and I'd like to know if think that these kind of things can happen, and everything is like something very special. You just met, you had an idea, and you can do it in a very short, and we had the people that you wanted to do it and everything, and that's something that give us some energy for our projects as well. Something happens. This is a kind of collaboration that you think you go on in the future?
Well, we were just talking. We think Bella should direct. No, but definitely, we always talk about idea, and we don't know what will be the next one, but even for an idea about separate project, we share them.
Yeah, Bella should probably answer this for herself, but I think the nature of all our lives is that we're juggling lots of ideas and lots of different lives at the same time, between family life and different work lives. Obviously, Bella's producing a collection, Martina's doing a feature, I'm doing a ridiculous amount of things at once, and somehow one idea in the mix takes hold, and then there's a happy obsession that takes over, and then there's a sheer willing it into being. So there's a lot of pure grit and determination, and probably not quite enough sleep. But I think for all of us, it's just lots of things in the air, and lots of conversations, and lots of ideas, and seeing which one takes root.
And we never know which one could be the next one with Ben.
Yeah, we may have planned the next one in the taxi on the way here.
Maybe is a theater piece, who knows?
Yeah, they pretty much said it all. Collaboration is very, it's great, because I love having an idea and then seeing how it can sort of come to life through working with other people who I admire and find stimulating, and it gives me, it just seems to be food for other ideas. So I get a lot of, and it's also great to be able to step out of what you're supposed to be doing, and then experiment with other things, and seeing how an idea exists in a different context or a different medium. I really enjoy that. I suppose it's also a way of not doing what I ought to be doing as well. So there's definitely that element. Yeah.
Any question of the audience? Or no? Just to finish, do you think that in London is for something in this? You know, London is. I think it became really live. You know, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, London is very much a place where people do sort of slightly against the odds, almost impossible sounding things. I mean, even, you know, just the idea of working with Martina, working with Laura, and then working with Seamus McGarvey and working with Lara Stone and all these people who didn't get paid and who dedicated their time, and everyone seeing kind of how they would emerge from it. That's a big thing that happens in London, where there's the energy of all the ideas, because there's very little industry in a way, and there's not a lot of funding. It makes people quite sort of resourceful, and even in manufacturing, there isn't really anything. It's sort of disappearing, and so ideas are the they're the currency, yeah, and so people are really quick to take them up and make something of them. So you can always find something amazing going on in London, and it's full of sort of it's full of life, really. It's good.
I would go even further than that, because we all live in the same neighborhood, and even the kind of favorite cafe which became our kind of production, pop-up meeting place, almost felt to me almost like another character in the process. It's like, those places that for me in London, in our neighborhood, will always remind me of this journey. And I think for all three of us, London is a constant inspiration and more than home.
Yes, well, I'm not British, clearly. So for me it's even more, because this is something that I don't think I will have the chance to experiment and in Italy, and it's part of the reason of for me to live in London is to have the chance to meet people like Laura and Bella and do things like that. That I think it will be, meeting you here is fantastic, but, it's like, I don't know, in Italy there are very few people, are creating these opportunities.
We are here because I was in London. That's all.
Exactly. And thank you all for coming. We know, it's a rainy night, and so really appreciate.
And we'll be, I hope we'll have you, all of you, next year with the other films.
I'm sure Bella will come up with something.
She has to come every year now.
Yeah, exactly.